What up, what up, what up? All right, it's the Black Fathers Conference Black Husbands Conference as we continue 2021. I want you guys to speak to this because you guys have both gotten with your wives and they had kids prior. How do you become a husband? You know, I was a husband first and then we had kids. So I had to do one at a time because I felt like my brain, you know what I'm saying? So, but y'all was strong enough to be a husband and immediately you become a father. Talk about that transition.
I had already had a son and she already had a daughter. When I met my stepdaughter, she was 3 and now she's about to be 18.
Wow.
So I ain't gonna lie to you, it was hard. Like, because you're not only dealing with the mother, but you have to deal with the baby's father. I dealt with her grandmother. I dealt with the stepmother. So it's like, in dealing with that, it's a lot of drama. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like you from the jump street because it's like, oh, you just the other dude. You know what I mean? You mean nothing. This is my daughter. And like, he thought I was trying to take his daughter away from him. It was like, no. But like I said, it was hard. Me personally, there was a lot of stuff that went on that I had to watch myself. Like, she went to the military. When she was gone, I didn't see my stepdaughter. But that was to protect me because at that age, she was playing both sides of the fence. So it was like, if she came home with a scratch, oh, they blaming me for it. So it was like, to protect myself, oh, I love you, but you can't come over until your mama get back. So it was parameters and things that had to be set. Discipline.
She went to the military. Did you have any other kids?
I had 2. My youngest are now 11 and 12. So at that age, they were. So
you was a black husband.
They were 1 and 2.
You was cooking
I was
and
in
cleaning.
it. Cooking, cleaning, sewing.
You wasn't officially single because you were married, but your wife was in the military and you was doing it by yourself at that time.
Yep.
Talk about, like, because a lot of times people don't give shout outs to the dads that hold it down as a, you know, not necessarily as a single dad, because sometimes the wife, you know, sometimes she can be sick, sometimes she can be in the military, sometimes she can work as a nurse, or something. The hours can be crazy, and the dad has to cook, has to clean, has to go to work. You know, talk about being a father, because we don't see the father in that position.
God said it. She wanted to go to the military, and like with me, I'm not. If that's your dream, you wanted to do that. It's something you want to accomplish. Do it. The job that I was working at Toys R Us, so they were lenient on me. Like, they knew she was in the military. It was like, oh, tell her thank you for her service every time you see her. If you need a day off, whatever you need, we got it. So it was convenience. But I had a 1 and a 2-year-old. Like, so it was still diaper changing, wipes, bottles being made.
Breastfeed, did you?
No. I had to get baby. I do not know how to do a girl's hair. I think I've done my daughter's hair in a ponytail once or twice. Yeah. Like, I had to get all of that done. Like, of course I had, we did babysitters, but when you're there by yourself with two babies, like I had babies, it's hard. Like, they require your attention 24/7. I loved it, you know what I mean? Of course, I still love it in my kids. So but it's hard being, you know what I mean? You by yourself, like they wanted to see their mom. Like, when she had to go back again, she came home for a visit. They cried at the airport. Like, it's like, oh my God, the gate.
Everybody was watching. It was like one of those moments where everybody was in the airport just watching me walk away, and they were crying. And I was like, oh my God.
Y'all needed the music, man. So Michael, talk about, we call him preach, but talk about you coming into your wife's life and you having a child and that transition to you becoming that child's father, and you are becoming a husband at the same time.
At that time, I had just recently come home from prison. So I had went away to prison when I was 17 years old. And when I came home, I was like 22 or 23 years old. And when I first came home, I tried to pick up on everything I left off on, like trying to party and, you know, getting high, getting drunk, you know, living my life. And she was established. She was working at American Express, had been on a job for like 5 or 6 years or something at the time.
That's a good job right there, bro.
Yeah. She had a place to stay. And she had my stepdaughter. And when I like days that I would come over before we moved in with each other, we would do stuff together or whatever, and everything seemed like it was, you know, it seemed like it was cool, but it was a lot of growing that I had to do, and I didn't see that. She was trying to tell me that, but I was like, well, I could play the role of being a stepdad. You know, I do what I need to do for her, and she was just like, you got to grow up. And I felt like my mom told me, she said, if you get with a woman and she has a child, then you raise that child as it's your own. And I was like, okay. So my wife, she had become pregnant after like my third day of being home.
How old was your stepdaughter at this time?
I think how old was Peyton? I think Peyton was like,
She was like 4. And I wanted to make some clarity. I didn't meet him in prison.
right, yeah.
Oh yeah. He was out of prison.
Yeah.
Like that.
When I first, okay, so let me see. When I first met my wife, I was 16. My stepdaughter was 2 years old.
Okay.
And then I went to prison. I did 5 years when I came home. So she was like 7 years old at the time when I came home.
Y'all
And-
still dating in between that time?
Yeah, she stayed with me the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, she stayed with me the whole time.
Wow. So you talking about, because I know it's a lot of stories and edits, but so because I want to kind of fast forward people to where they are right now. These people, I've watched them grow like in a short amount of times, spiritually and on a business level. This boy playing football right now, even. But y'all have eight kids.
20 kids.
eight kids. Met them. So as a husband, they produce 7 more kids with the one that y'all had. And so as a dad, you know, and as a husband, I know that like, how often do you have to encourage, and this is for anybody, because I know we all have kids. We all have been through our stints where money was short. We've been through the point where, you know, there was a real struggle, and it takes a great wife to talk you through that, because I've seen some women take advantage of that opportunity to say that, you know, they can say you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the clean way to say it. You know, so talk about toughing it out with your husband and the sacrifices that were made, and then what happened. Somebody just take that.
All right, I wanted to say, as far as encouragement, that I think with a lot of women, they want, you know, the whole independent woman thing is still running rampant, is what I say. But I think they want to get their shine, and they feel like, you know, if you don't say that I did whatever, then I'm not important, instead of looking at the family as a unit, and we're a team, and we're doing this together. So as a lot of times I encourage you, you might get to shine. Yeah. I may have done it behind the scenes, but you get to shine, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. And I think a lot of women feel like, well, if I'm not being, you know, raised up or on this pedestal or whatever, then I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to keep you lifted up. I'm always keep you lifted. You're always going to win no matter what. I don't care what's happening around me. I don't care what dude said what.
Yep.
You're going to always win no matter what. So,
and my wife, so y'all can know, just as a musician, sometimes you are insecure about your music, even though everybody love it. You still, trying to, do they like it? Is it hot? Is it this? And even with our booking and comments and people call in and say certain things. My wife used to protect my ears. She used to protect my ears and protect my heart and protect my vision, because a lot of the stuff that people call the hate stuff and all the stuff that I never see. She knocked all that stuff down, and she's not the one that bring, somebody said this about you. She just keeps the vision. And I'm not stupid to know, to think that everybody likes everything that I do. But my wife keeps me in a place of being naive so that the vision can come to pass. Yeah. Sometimes people don't understand the process that you're in, that if you're on step 1, step 2, step 3, she understands that you're getting ready to go to process 6. People see you in step 2 and start judging you right there. Exactly. And so she starts saying, nope, I'm not even going to let him hear that, because they don't even know what he's building. And so for years, she's protected. Yeah, all the hate stuff, I never really even, that's why sometimes I walk up on people and love on them. Damn. When she didn't tell me that's one of my haters. Yeah, right. And a lot of that came from her deciding to protect my anointing and the things that I have to do. And so she's always spoken into my life that way, and vice versa. So one of the things I want to interject and say is the most disgusting thing in the world is a selfish parent. Oh. It is the most disgusting thing in the world. It's almost like if y'all had a last meal, then you're going to eat the meal and eat the child. You're that selfish. A great parent, definitely a great husband, is going to put his entire family before himself, and his wife as well. And so most of the times, in a love relationship between husband and wife, we are debating on who's supposed to go first. Like, baby, you go. Now you go. Now you go. Once you get to that point where you're selfless, then God can use you guys. Yeah. But a mom that feels like,
what about me?
That what about me?
What about me's?
And you'll continue to sacrifice the kids and your family for your own. And that's not just the wife, husband too. That you'll sacrifice. I've seen pastors sacrifice their kids for the ministry. That the ministry is so big and extravagant, but your family, kids don't want to have nothing to do with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids were sacrificed. And so, fellas, if y'all need to say anything, y'all better say it real quick, because I'm going to let the ladies in. I want to say,
honestly, I wouldn't be the man that I am if it wasn't for her. If it wasn't for the God in her and her paying attention to God speaking to her. Like I said, I wasn't perfect and I had a lot of growing to do. And it was things that I said, that she was like, I'm done, I'm out of this relationship. And that was like on our first kid. But because she listened to the voice of God, he said, be patient with him, because he's going to be the man that you need him to be.
Wow.
And like, I understand the cycle of 7 years. And our first 7 years of marriage, it was bad. And my oldest 2 children, they seen the days where we didn't have lights on and water on, and we had to sleep in the same bed, and I had to get water from the neighbor's house and to bathe with, like, so they seen that. But my younger children didn't see that. And it all took growth and patience from that woman right there. So, like, I give that woman my everything, because she made me see and believe into myself when I felt like I was empty on the inside. So throughout everything that we've been through, it's just like I see a virtuous woman. I see the God in her, like for real. So where we are now, I'm truly thankful because it ain't been nothing but God.
But y'all about to have baby number 9, boy. So GCS. It's real quick. You know, if you want to say something to wrap up, because I'm finna let the ladies end it.
Like for real, like just like Preach said, like women. Matter of fact, bro, you helped me, cause like when we came to Free Life, like we were church hopping. So it was like we were looking for that. I was looking for that church. I was blessed to finally come to Free Life, bro. And you preached a sermon about the wife. And after you preached that sermon about the women, like she started producing for me. So it was like those gifts got brought out. And it was like from that moment, I had to sit back and realize, like, okay, God, you really do give me what I need. Because if I'm an artist, I'm looking for production and I need this. She's right there. She's my IT. I go to her with everything. My computer don't work, huh? Bop, bop, bop. And it's done. Like, so just like you say, Mona is your brain, that's my brain. You know what I mean? So it's a woman, like you leave your mom and your dad to cling to your wife. Yeah, the moms don't like it, and they taking my baby away from me, but they be ready to kick you out the house when you ain't got no wife. Like, my mama raised me. My mama said, if don't no woman want you, you're gonna know how to take care of yourself. So, but I was blessed with the woman who's able to take care of our family, and not just her daughter, but to help raise the rest of our kids. We got 2 boys and 2 girls. You know what I mean? We have one separately, and then we have 2 apiece. So, well, I'm sorry. She had 1, I had 1, and we had 2 together. Yeah. So if we just make it work, like I praise God for it. You know what I mean? I praise God for it.
We really appreciate this opportunity to share with you. Much love. Thank you.